Hi, this is Jeffrey Kurt Financial Group. Today, Wednesday, September 15, 2025, and it's Fed Decision Day. Jerome Powell center stage, 2 o'clock, we'll get the decision, press conference after that. As I said on Monday's video, I wanted to cover some of the statistics of what happens. I think it's important that, if you're making investment decisions and financial planning decisions, and there's so much information going on and so many divergent and kind of cross currents across the markets and across the world, these things I think is something important to bear in mind. So when the Fed cuts interest rates and the S&P is within 1% of an all-time high, which is where we're at now, the next 12 months, the stock market is up with an average return of 15%. I'll come back to maybe what could happen here. Another statistic, since 1980, the Fed has cut interest rates when the S&P 500 is within 22% of an all-time high, again, as it is now. They've done that 20 times. 100% of those times, the market is up in the next 12 months. And the final thing to point out is when the S&P 500 advances more than 30% in 5 months, which we just had, 100% of the time, it's higher 6 months later and 12 months later with an average return of 18%. So those statistics point towards higher stock prices in the intermediate and 12-month period. I think it's also important to keep in mind that, while the stock market's had a good year, it wasn't a direct line. March and the first half of April had a big sell-off. And it's, there's nothing to say that we can't have that same pattern and also end up 12 months from now, a lot higher. I think a couple of things that I try to keep in mind is I think this is a, different kind of economy with, again, a lot of cross currents with tariffs and tax policies and like that. And also within the markets, I believe that we have an AI bubble. The stock market is severely overpriced, and I do believe that it's an AI bubble. And furthermore, I think that with algorithms and zero date to expiration option trading, there's different influences now that are different from before. Now, I don't want to say, hey, it's different this time and we're not going to be higher 6 months or 12 months from now, but I think there are some peculiar and unique details of what's going on both economically and within the market. So be interesting this afternoon. Well, I'll be back on Friday and review what happened. And then Friday, again, a big day with options and futures expiration. Thank you for listening. Please like, subscribe. Send us any questions, any thoughts you have on what's going on. We appreciate it. Goodbye.